Good morning. How are you doing? It's Kirsten Liebelt. It's so good to see you. Come on in. Come on in. Having just kind of a funny morning. It's like I had my hair down and I didn't like it, so I threw it up, and now now my hair looks weird. It's all good, right? It's all good. How are you doing? Come on in. I am in Minnesota. If you do not know that, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and we come live every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we talk about insulin resistance. And we've been doing this now for like almost 2 years. And then the other part of the program, so that you can have all of the encouragement and support that you need to actually take the journey and get the results that you're looking for to turn back your insulin resistance, so that fill in the blank. Like, what do you want? What do you want, people? What do you want? It's like, when you turn back your insulin resistance, like, you lose weight, you lose inches, you get off meds, you do all of the things, Today, we're going to talk about anxiety. So, I mean, that's even like a piece of the puzzle. But the other half of it is that we do the 5-day challenge in the group. We've done this for 2.5 years, you guys. And doing that has afforded so many of you the opportunity to take a little bit here and there and then implement, and take a little bit here and there and implement, etc. And it's like, I don't know. It gets me really excited because you guys crush the results that I got. You crush them. My dad died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63 years old, and I was only 30 at the time. And by the time I hit my 50s, because I didn't do freaking anything, I was a 2x in size. And because of that, it's like, I thought that there was no hope for me. I thought that I was never going to lose a pound. I thought that it was too late for me to get my body to function. And now I have these most amazing testimonies of like Claudette, 74 years old. She lost 45 pounds in 5 months because she targeted the right systems. When done correctly, you can get your body to do something different than it's already doing. So you just have to ask yourself, what is your body producing right now? Is it producing anxiety? Is it producing constipation, acid reflux, exhaustion, fatigue, insomnia? What is it producing for you? You can shift that. So anyway, good morning, Joan. Good to see you. Am I festive today? I am festive. Thank you, Joan. This is I should have worn this like during the Christmas season. Why I didn't, I don't know. It's kind of like a cardigan, but it's super like soft, and yeah, there you go. And like I said, I was telling you at the very beginning, Joan, that I threw my hair up. I had it down like around my face and I didn't like it. So I threw it up, and now I'm like, oh, that looks weird too, but that's okay. It's all good. Who cares? All right. So today what I want to do is I want to talk about one of the things that, we get used to all of these things in our bodies. We just get used to them. And we kind of have this attitude of, it kind of is what it is a little bit. And we do not have to live there. We don't have to live there. Good morning, Luana. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday in Minnesota. Happy Tuesday. So we don't have to live there. And I was talking to you guys yesterday about how, it's not all the time that I come on and I start with if you want to start something right away, you want to get yourself into a different position. I don't always start with this, but I'm going to tell you right now, you have less than 2 days left to think about what we're going to talk about today inside of the Total Body Reset, and to really cash in for yourself. Do it for yourself, okay? And the reason why is because there's already a customer campaign for registered customers. You can't check out as a guest. It's already in place for those people. When you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, and you get that $75 off. But there's a January $50 off bonus inside of that 3-month thing. And then you still have another 3 months left on a money back guarantee. It's really a no-brainer, you guys. It's really it's seriously a no-brainer. So if you've been watching me and you've been thinking, I hear you talk about this Total Body Reset, and I hear you tell the stories and the testimonies, but I just don't know if that's something that I want to do for me. Well, if you've ever thought that that's something that you kind of like you've been edging towards, now is a really good time to start at the end of December. Cash in right away in January, then get your cash out again in February. So 50 off in January, 50 off in 50 off in January, 75 off in February. And now since you're starting at the end of December, this takes you to the end of March with the total body reset. So here you are at the end of March. And what if at the end of March, you're feeling like, wow, like my jeans actually fit better, or my inches right here off of my side have shifted. Or like for today, I'm going to talk to you about her testimony, Kim's testimony about her anxiety being gone. And this is so dang important, you guys. Listen, if we think that we just have to live like with that thought process that's given to us, well, you're just getting older. Well, you're in menopause. Well, blah, blah, blah. Those are not proper answers. We do not receive those anymore. If you can target your internal system, game on. We need to have the energy and the ability and the function and all of the pieces in order to be able to like live our life and make memories and have fun. So let's dive in today. Give yourself just a few minutes to listen in today on this testimony. I think you're really, really, really going to like it, and it's going to bless you tremendously. So good morning, Patty, sweet lady. Good morning, Magda in New York. Here we go. Okay, everybody's here, you guys. And now tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So everybody kind of gets a little more off schedule again for another couple of days. I'll be here tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then we will be off on Thursday, and then I'll be back on Friday. Okay. Good morning. Who's giving me hearts on TikTok? Thank you so, so much. I so appreciate you. So, and then I was talking about in my stories how my runny nose never went anywhere. Praise the Lord. And that's really because of an immunity packet that I take. So, like praise that I have an immunity packet, because it's like all I ever did with this is now it's leaving me, and I'm so happy. Hi Barb, good to see you. Jody, hello. Like it's just miraculous. I'm just so grateful. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's dive in and see what we've got going. So, can we talk about anxiety for just a minute? Just for a minute, okay? Not the kind that we label as like who we are. I mean, because we don't want to be doing that, right? But the kind that quietly shows up like after meals. You have to just think about this now. Remember, we go into assessment mode after meals, during the night, or when the sugar cravings kind of hit. Okay. What if anxiety isn't your personality? What if it's a metabolic signal? Well, I don't think that we would normally make those connections. I don't think we would. I think that we would normally be like, that it either is or it isn't, not something that we can actually control. Wouldn't you agree with that? Like, I mean, I really did believe with all of my heart in my 40s, when the anxiety showed up, I thought, oh, what if I'm just a nervous Nelly like my mom? What if this is just like, it's my personality? I thought that. So I figured then some of you might think that too, right? But I want to share with you Kim's story for just a minute, because it explains this better than like any textbook ever could. Like when you can understand, and she's not the only one. I know Patty on here has said some of the similar things. She's not the only one, but we hear things and then we don't really maybe own them, or that's the wrong way to say that. We don't really like think that that would work for us. So like, for instance, 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. So then we just are like, okay, well, that's a vague statement. That's really cool. Good to know. I have no idea how to fix that, so I'm not going to worry about it, right? That's kind of what we do. So my hair is really funny. It's just, I can see it in different angles, and it's really, really funny to me today. Anyway, that's okay. So Kim had dealt with constipation. This is like something that came to me just a couple weeks ago. She had dealt with constipation since she was a little girl, like lifelong. Okay. She had even landed in the ER with severe constipation, and literally nothing helped. She's been on over-the-counter helpers for a very, very long time. She's done Weight Watchers. She, ate all the right foods or whatever. But she was eating, because of Weight Watchers, a lot of grains and beans. And so she always had like a lot of cramps and a lot going on inside of her digestive system. Okay. But the cramping didn't stop. Like she couldn't get that to like leave her, right? The anxiety was like always there. It was always like close to her. And she didn't have any connection with that. Like she wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to try something different and it's going to help me with my anxiety. That was not in her brain at all. That's not what she was thinking. But the sugar cravings also did not stop. Like she couldn't get them to die down, right? So after a little bit over a month on the total body reset, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Her anxiety is gone. Her sugar cravings are gone. Her ears don't itch anymore. Who knows what her connection was with that, right? She's down an inch in her waist, like under her boobs, and then her waist, like right in here, an inch and an inch. She's had 0 cramps, which for her was a really big deal. And for the first time in her life, constipation is no longer running her day. Like this is huge. If you're somebody who has been doing like, whoopsie, literally just dropped a bottle. If you're somebody who takes a lot of over-the-counter helpers for constipation, that's kind of where she's been. Get that out of the way there. And so that was really frustrating for her. But she now feels so good. Like she had texted me and she's like, listen, I've only been doing this for a month. This is my testimony. And she goes, I'm immediately signing up for auto ship for 6 months. Like I'm not going to do this because I cannot believe how good I feel already. Like where will this take me? Right. But it's not because I told her to, because I never did. You don't even have to be on an auto ship to get the customer campaign. Nothing like that. Right. But because her body finally feels calm. Think about that. You know, when your body finally feels like you maybe didn't even realize that it needed that so desperately, right? I mean, it's amazing. So this is the part that matters right now, especially after like the holidays. And that is, we've really normalized being anxious for no reason. We've normalized feeling wired, but exhausted. Like we feel like this is just like, well, kind of is, this is who I am now, right? I've normalized feeling calm only when we eat sugar. Anybody? Am I the only one? I remember that. Like you're feeling anxious, but you eat sugar and it feels like it calms you down. Even though it's feeding the cycle, I get it, but it's that connection, right? Or maybe you've normalized feeling tense in your body even when life is fine, right? So we tell ourselves, it's just stress. It's just the holidays. It's my age. It's just me. But what if it's not? What if it's not? Okay. So this is why this works this way. I'm going to explain to you now what's happening inside of your body. Barb from Ontario. I don't know if I said hi to you already, Barb. I might have. Good morning. Barbara, good morning. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. You agree with the sugar cravings. Yep, I know. I know. And I remember all of this. None of this is past me. None of this is like something that I have forgotten because I was raised Italian. I was raised where food was such a part of our life and such a part of our comfort and our celebration and all of the things. And I remember all of it, right? But I will tell you, it does feel good when the food noise calms down. It feels really, really good. Amazing. Okay, so when insulin stays high all the time, when blood sugar becomes unstable, this is where things are happening inside of your body. So your blood sugar will drop, means that your adrenaline and your cortisol will spike. And remember, all of this can be we always talk about food. That's the easiest piece of it. But the truth is that this can happen because of stress or lack of sleep, or there's like a lot of reasons, right? So when you eat something, let's just talk food because that's the easiest one. You you have something to eat and it spikes your sugars and it calls on insulin. And so insulin is released from your pancreas and it goes to get the sugar to bring it into your cells. Okay. So you've got high insulin all the time because it's trying to deal with the sugar. It's trying to go and get that and get that and get that. But your cell is resistant to the insulin and the fuel. And so your cell says no more. And now you have all this extra insulin going on in your body. You have a lot of extra like inflammation packing, like stacking high inside of your body. Okay. So cortisol tells your brain something is wrong. Because when your sugars spike and then they crash and then they spike and then they crash, when they crash, adrenaline and cortisol spike. So cortisol tells your brain that something is wrong. Okay. The brain responds with racing thoughts. Answer me and tell me if any of these you've dealt with. You don't have to admit that they're current if you don't want to. Racing thoughts, irritability, panic, night waking, sugar cravings. I think these sound really familiar, right? This is why anxiety often shows up after meals, hits in the evening, wakes you between like 2 and 4 a.m., feels worse when you try to eat clean, but you still are relying on carbs. And this is so key right here. An anxious brain is often a fuel-deprived brain. Okay? An anxious brain is usually a fuel-deprived brain. Good morning, Geraldine. The all or nothing method is what I tend to do. Yes. Well, that's that's what we're working on around here, right? We're always making sure that we literally take our journey. We do it without shame. This is what I walk with you guys on. You have to do it without shame because your best gift for yourself is actually just to assess. Assess, pivot, move forward, right? So there you go. Okay, so why did Kim improve? Why did all of these things happen to her? What in the world happened that would have like made such a dramatic shift within 30 days that she was literally like, listen, I am on auto ship now for the next 6 months. Like I am doing this because I've noticed such a difference in these areas. I'm going for the gold medal, so to speak. Patty says, racing thoughts, irritability were my worst. I still have bouts of irritability. Yes, well, we all do, Patty. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe it's not always insulin resistance. Anyway, okay. I understand. No, I get that. And you know what it is? It's all a part because a lot of it, to be really honest, a lot of it becomes like super habit. A lot of it becomes our default. And so now we have to unlearn just is it a motor response? That's really not it. But we have to just relearn a default, I guess, is really what I'm saying, an auto response of some sort. So I get that totally. That's the way that goes. So this is why Kim improved. Kim didn't just calm her mind. She calmed her biology. And this is literally, you guys, this is what I talk about every day. It's the total body reset. She calmed her biology. Insulin stopped screaming at her cells. Her gut stopped being inflamed and backed up. This is her testimony. All of these pieces. Her liver wasn't overloaded. Her nervous system finally felt safe. Remember we talked about that yesterday? Feeling safe. It's not being dramatic. It's just that your body is in a mode and it's going to respond. That's the whole fight or flight or whatever. It's just your body functioning. It is set up to respond. Okay. So when the body feels safe, anxiety has literally like nothing to say. Okay. All right. So after the holidays, for a lot of people, there's been financial stress. There's family stress. There's food stress. I mean, I've still got 2 more parties to go to. parties aren't over yet, baby. There's sleep disruption. There's all of these pieces, right? And for many women, anxiety didn't start. It just got louder. So maybe the anxiety was already there for a lot of us, right? But loud doesn't mean permanent. And I feel like that is, if you can understand that things are reversible, that things are turnaroundable, and that you are closer than you think. I mean, when Kim was on Weight Watchers, she lost 30 pounds. Praise the Lord. That is fantastic. Good going, Kim. She loses 30 pounds, but she's eating a lot of grains and a lot of legumes. Her constipation is still there. Her anxiety is still there. What else was on her? Hold on, I have to look at her notes. Oh, and she had her gallbladder removed in her 20s too. I want to make sure I get all of her notes. Her sugar cravings were still there. Her ears were itching. All of these things were happening. She did not think to herself, gosh, I wonder if I actually deal with this differently, that these things would go away. She was just trying something new. Just like you guys do, just like I've done in the past. Like I've said, I've never lost 3 sizes and kept them off, ever, in my entire life. Ever. I was bribed to lose weight at 11 years old. I lost weight when I was in my senior year of high school, a very unhealthy way. I gained weight having babies in my 20s. I lost it again right around when my dad died. I was 30 in an unhealthy way. And then I continued to gain weight in my 30s and in my 40s until I was finally a 2X in size. And my mom would not leave me alone about my sugar. So that was literally my entire life. I've never, ever, ever lost 3 sizes and then kept it off. It's the most important part of my story. And so for Kim, here she is, she lost the 30 pounds, but the constipation was still there, the sugar cravings, the anxiety, her ears were itching. That stuff was all still there. Now, it's great that she lost 30 pounds, right? But let's get that internal system. Come on, fire, fire, fire. Come on, let's go. Let's get you detailed. Because if we can get you detailed, then you're going to give me a different result. And she went, what? What? My anxiety is gone? How did this happen? I lost an inch from under my boobs and my weight? What? She didn't know that that was going to happen, right? So if you maybe have normalized anxiety, maybe you have been told it's just stress and it's just holiday stress and whatever, maybe you've tried to eat better, but you still feel off. Okay. You're still not getting the results that you want, like with all the other systems, because you've normalized so many inconsistencies and incongruities. Incongruities, is that a word? In your body. Maybe you've done that. Why do your ears itch? Do they? I'm curious. Hers did. I don't know. Do yours itch? That's super interesting if you're another person. But your body may not need more willpower, right? So your body may not need more willpower at all. It may need just metabolic support. Because this is all connected. It's all connected. So Kim didn't change who she was. She changed what her body was fighting. Yours do too. This is very interesting. So for her, I'll just share with you what she did, and then you can apply it to your own world, or maybe this resonates with you. It may or may not. So hold on. It says, I mean, bad. My husband is hard of hearing, and I have no patience. Oh, Patty, it is a challenge. That's kind of like when I was taking care of my mom with dementia. It can be very hard to keep that all under control. But you know what fixes something like that in general? That's probably what I had to do was I had to start journaling gratitude. I had to start writing down, I would write down 10 things that I was grateful for every single day. Because the more that I focused on gratitude, the less I focused on the absolute crazy hard things about dementia. Because we were taking care of my mom. It was really hard. So it is true. You don't know. Well, right. There could be many reasons, but I'll just tell you what she did with the total body reset. And I'm going to tell you why I think it changed for her. You know what I did? I actually ate my, this is so funny. I ate my orange pixie stick. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to go get my orange pixie stick. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. I have to get another one. Okay. And this is the piece of the puzzle that you take for 90 days on, and then you take 30 days off, and then you go 90 days on again. And I have to take my month off in January. I'm so sad. Okay. So I'll talk about insulin resistance first, and then I will talk about why I feel like this is probably what happened with her ears itching and her anxiety decreasing. I feel like there's one piece that really probably played a good role in that. Now, number one, we're always talking about getting your insulin down. And the reason why is because if your pancreas is continually producing insulin, excess insulin, what's happening is you're having high inflammation in your body. High inflammation is like literally, it is the core of so much going on in your systems, and you have to get that insulin down, and then you have to get your liver function up so that your toxins can move through your body. It's kind of like, remember we talked yesterday and I said, we're going to talk a little bit more in the new year about lymphatic drainage and so forth, because you've got to you don't have a pump for your lymphatic system. You have to do it yourself. You have to get up and move. You can do, you can rub things, and you can, find you've got little portals in your body that you can, so that you can drain your toxins. Well, one of the biggest issues is making sure that your liver is functioning at a high level. So I knew none of this when I started, but this is where I started. So I started with these 3 supplements. I affectionately call them the trio because there's 3 of them that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. So I'm a 2X in size. I'm not willing to trade out my foods. I'm in my early 50s, and I'm like, I have no belief and I have no hope. And I'm like crossing my fingers that I can actually deal with, the fact that I'm probably going to be type 2 since I was already gestational diabetic. And my dad died at 63, type 2 diabetes. So I figured, well, that was going to be my lot in life. And so anyway, my mom is like, Kirsten, do you know where your sugars are at? Do you even go to the doctor? Why don't you go to the doctor? What's wrong with you? That was my life. I'm like, oh my gosh, you are so annoying. But I'm so grateful. Like, my mom literally saved me because it forced me to do this. So this one I take 3 times a day. It brings down your insulin and your sugars. They are 2 separate things. One is a hormone, one is the sugar in your blood. That's a huge piece of the puzzle. Liver. This is for the liver. Had no idea that if my insulin was high, I couldn't burn fat. And if my liver was sluggish, I couldn't burn fat. I did not know this at all. Then the last one is metabolism. Okay. So these 3, this is where I started. Then over time, I added in these, I sourced kind of like pieces, and then I tell you exactly what I've done. So the other 3 pieces of the total body reset, because there are 6, that was 3. This is where we get into the powders. The first powder is a greens product. I think this has a lot to do with why her ears stopped itching. And I think this has a lot to do with, well, I already know it. Yes, she got her insulin down and her liver functioning. That was here. And this played a role for sure. But I do think that because 90% of your serotonin is in your gut, and this is a daily gastrointestinal primer, not a greens product like you just add it to your smoothie or whatever, although there are fermented greens as one of the 6 blends. And fermented means yummy to your system. Your system says, ooh, easily digestible, and like this is a smooth journey. Okay. Now remember, she had been constipated since she was a very little girl. She was 70. She's 70. I probably forgot to say that. She's 70. Okay. And she's a massage therapist. So constipated from a little girl, has her gallbladder removed in her 20s, has anxiety, her ears are itching, her gut, her digestive system not functioning well. She's been to gastroenterologists. She's taking over-the-counter constipation helpers. She's lost 30 pounds doing WW. However, she's very focused on grains and beans. She has cramping all the time. This is, I think, really what was at the base of helping her with what was going on in her digestive system. Because think about it. If you have built up toxins in your body, this was me in my 30s. I was constantly using cleaning laundry products that were very toxic. But I wasn't thinking like that in my 30s at all. I was just like, I don't know. I just was, I wanted it to, I was an overuser. I would use massive amounts of the tea, laundry detergent, and then massive amounts of the D fabric softener, and just like dump. And then I would hang out and everything would smell really good. But then within about a week, everything would smell super chemically inside of my closet. Well, I ended up with eczema like all over my body. I have to laugh at myself because like, I don't know what I was thinking. Where was this going to go? But your body just gets so overloaded. Your liver just gets so overwhelmed and it can't detox the way it's supposed to detox. Your liver is your natural detoxifier organ, detoxification organ. That's what it is. When it can't do that. So liver, the trio we already talked about, liver right here. And then the other two powders. And this one, I just put in like a little bit of cold water every morning in a glass of water like this. And I froth it up and I take it just like that. Tastes kind of like green tea. Not my favorite taste in the world, but that's fine. But it has really good stuff in it. 6 different blends. An actual gut primer. An actual gastrointestinal primer. Like I've never seen anything like that before. The last 2 powders are probiotic 5 live strains. I put that on my tongue. And then the fat burning pixie stick. This is where people are like, they lose those inches, where she lost that 1 inch from under her boob and 1 inch off of her waist. There are some of you that have you've been on the total body reset like now for an entire year. And so then over that time, this trunk area of visceral fat you've lost 14 inches combined all over your trunk, because that's the fat that you can't squeeze. It's underneath, it gets laid down. Insulin is a fat storing hormone and it lays it down around your organs and around your intestines. And then it's alive. It emits inflammation and it emits hormones, and it's very disruptive, and it makes you feel like you are on a hamster wheel. It makes you feel like you're on the roller coaster. I lose weight, I gain weight. I lose weight, I gain weight. My belly stays the same. My belly keeps growing. My legs get skinnier, but my belly keeps growing, or it doesn't shift. It's because you're not targeting the visceral fat underneath. It's because you're not going insulin down, liver function, come on, up. It's that conglomeration. Okay. So that's what the total body reset is for anybody who's been like, I have heard you talk about this over and over and over again. Well, I'm just going to tell you that this is literally the best time to start right now for the cash back. If you want the cash back, and you may not care, and you may just need to still listen for a while, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. Like, don't ever give yourself shame about anything. But on the other hand, also don't self-sabotage, okay? So the regular customer campaign all year long, and many of you have done this multiple times, as a registered customer, when you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, they will automatically take $75 off of that third order. It doesn't have to be on an auto ship. You don't have to have a coupon code. You don't have to have a discount code. You don't have to have specific products, nothing. 150 or more subtotal, 3 months in a row, you get $75 off that third month. And you can do it over and over and over again. Because of the New Year bonus, when you start in December, and you guys, you have less than 2 days left to do it if you want to get started. And if you're already on it, you're going to get the bonus too. So it's not just for new customers. You guys are already in. If you're already being consistent, you've already probably placed your December. So many of you are so dang consistent that you're just going to get bonused for your consistency. So now for anybody who's brand new, just to let you know, you could start in December. They're going to give you $50 off on your next 150 or more purchase right away in January. So a little cha-ching, and then you're $75 off in February, and that's a little bigger cha-ching. Okay. So this is really just an opportunity. It's really all that it is. And when you think in terms of taking like a 90-day portion of your universe, January is not magical. It's not. And I don't want people to have this thought process that we're going to go hard in January. No. How about you just give yourself permission for 2026? And you're like, I'm just going to go for 90 days and know that I've still got another 3 months beyond that on a money day back guarantee, because it's 6 months total. That's crazy pants. Nobody does this. And just see if your body produces a different result like Kim's did. And I don't know what your result needs to be. I really don't. You might need anxiety to kind of go to the wayside also. Maybe that's a part of your life. And you kind of haven't even identified it because you're like, well, I've lived with it now for so long. I mean, I did. I thought for sure I was going to be a nervous Nelly like my mom. We used to, tease her all the time. Kyle, Mom, you worry about everything. Da, 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 da. And as though it was just her personality. And that's not true. You can choose how you are going to, what you're going to work on in your own body. Does that make sense? So I always tell people hold on, I'm going to put a banner up on Facebook and YouTube. So usually I have an extra phone and I can show you my website, but my phone is being used by a family member. So my website is my first last name.com, KirstenLiebelt.com. Kirsten is spelled like the American Girl doll, Kirsten, and then no space, Liebelt. It looks like lie belt, like you lie down and you put a belt around your jeans. So KirstenLiebelt.com. You'll see the Total Body Reset right there at the top. Just make sure that you register as a customer. When you are looking at the cart of all the products, go to the very top of the page. There's a person icon. Click on that and register for your free customer account. That's how you're going to get the free shipping. That's how you're going to get the extra cash. That's how you're going to get all the things. Okay. But then we're going to journey together. So this is not like okay, see you later. Bye. Good luck to you. No. This is where we get to journey together. And this is why the other women that are on here, they're like, they know the value of, we're going to start our free 5-day challenge inside of the group. And you don't have to be a customer to be in it. You don't. You can get all this free content, just free content. Just take it. Okay. But we will do another free 5-day challenge. We've done it for 2.5 years, starting Monday, the 5th of January. And what you do is you get into the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Give your email, get in there, and we'll do the challenge starting Monday. We'll do Monday through Friday, January 5th through the 9th. I'll go live here at 11 Central, and then I'll go live at 1 Central in the group. And this is a way for you to have an actual path, an actual journey. If you're feeling like you don't want to be just left out there in, the land of figuring it out all on your own. You don't want to be in a land of not being given tips and tricks. And, I do a tour of my pantry and my refrigerator and all of those things. If you're feeling like those pieces have felt overwhelming for you and you are a visual learner, this is where we get to partner together and you get to just walk journey. And so it's a big reason why I do a lot of free content. And I know people are like, why don't you do a cookbook? And why don't you do, and I don't know, maybe down the road I will do something like that, and sell something like that. But for right now, we've just been doing free content for 2.5 years, and your results have been so crushing of my results. I was such a turtle, and you guys just come along and you go bam, 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 bam. And it's like, it's so rewarding to see people's labs change and your bodies change and your confidence rise. And it's been really good. Maybe I'll do something someday. I don't know. We'll see what we'll see. But let me just see here if I'm missing any comments. I think I saw Marilyn say. Marilyn says, good morning. Just hopped on after chiropractor appointment. I am a chiropractor person. Every 2 weeks we go to the chiropractor. We do not miss our chiropractor appointment. I don't know how to else keep my body like going, right? Joan, you're so sweet. Joan says, thank you. I'm grateful for, did I say thank you for your Christmas card, Joan? You wrote me the nicest note. Thank you so much. Grateful for this information, checking in to fill in the blanks of the why and how to approach the journey. Thanks again. You are so welcome, Joan. You are so welcome. So if anybody needs to get a hold of me, when you are on my site, kirstenliebelt.com, and that's my first last name without any spaces.com. It's really a short little website. And if you just scroll up, you'll get to the bottom and you'll see all of my contact info, Messenger, text me. I'm trying to think what else is on there. The Facebook group is on there. You can get in the Facebook group that way. You have access to talk to me. And I know I helped somebody yesterday. She was like, I heard what you said. I'm reaching out. I need that cart for the total body reset. I want to get started before December chimes midnight for New Year's Eve, because that's how you can get in on that. So anyway. All right. So if you need anything, always reach out, let me know. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it'll be New Year's Eve, you guys. So, and then we'll be off New Year's Day, and then I'll be back on Friday. So, all right. Have the best day ever on the face of the planet. Love you guys so much. And if you need me, you know where to find me. So see you later. Have a great day.